You need to get real close to the microphone.
My friend Julie Collier, Jules, has been my sister friend for 36 years, and she could not make it today, but needless to say, she spent a lot of time in our home back in the beginning of our relationship when she was very young and just starting to blossom, and has many stories, and she was pretty savvy as the years went by to our family dynamics and very privy to some of the underground skeleton closet things, but she just loved my mom, so she wrote this. Memories of Mimi by Julie Collier. I met Mimi Gay the same year I met her daughter Kimmy, one of my very best friends in the whole wide world, as she likes to say. Kimmy and I worked at the same pizza restaurant in Colorado ski town, Steamboat Springs. After that winter, we all went back to California. I remember spending a lot of time with Kimmy, her mom, and Kathy. The family sort of took me in as I was a bit of a lost 20-something seeking my place in the world. This would have been about 1986 through 89. Hanging out in their household was like entering an alternate universe compared to the home I grew up in. Words to describe the vibe. Joyful, lively, compassionate, and fun. So many memories come to mind if I had the time and space to share, but a few remain etched in my memory. The overarching one for me, anyway, is the feeling of being totally accepted in that household, unconditionally loved for who I am, who I was. Even though she was my friend's mom, I sensed that Mimi was interested in me as a person and in my welfare. One day she told me, "You shouldn't wear your hair so long and hanging in your face. You have a long face and you need to bring it up and show your face." I felt loved in that moment, like she cared. And once after visiting my parents' house for a decorating job, she came home and asked, why were there more photos of my cousin there on my parents' walls? She loved me and cared about me. Another time when I wasn't feeling all that well, she said, "You need to wear the old pink." The old pink was a ratty old pink robe that the ladies wore when they were under the weather or feeling out of sorts. A household tradition of which there were many. And practical jokes. In fact, Kathy started a covert war with me, changing the direction of the toilet paper in her bathroom, knowing I preferred it a certain way. And Mimi, she was damn funny. She told stories with hilarious spot-on impressions of the various characters or family members she was talking about. And the music. The three women would burst into song quite often and always in three-part harmony. I got kind of used to it, and the house was filled with such positive vibes. This one I'm going to preface, that this is the pièce de résistance. I need to preface by saying Julie is well known throughout the world for having a very keen sense of smell. Her olfactory system is so sensitive she would be an excellent airport drug sniffing dog. I swear to God. So that this pertains to this. So I will end with the most legendary moment between me and Memes. Kimmy and I came back to the house one day and found Mimi hard at work varnishing the floors. Upon entering, the odor of varnish was overwhelming, and the sanding machine whirring loudly. I leaned down and asked Memes, "Do you have enough ventilation?" She looked up from her work and said over the noise, "Have I reached salvation?" Kimmy and I cracked up to this day, and we still do. I'm so blessed to have been a part of this dynamic, kind, unconditional loving home at a time where I really needed it. They taught me how to accept myself and helped me grow up, and so it goes. Any more?